going on, YouTube? It's James with Highborn Fantasy Battle Reports, and my voice is cracking today, but I am giving you my first battle report after ETC 2016, and I'm kind of glad it's over. Kind of sad it's over. It was a blast. It was a really good time, and I look forward to hopefully going next year to Spain. ETC. So hopefully, either A, I can get back on Team America, B, I can start my own Team America, or Mexico, whatever, or C, I could probably get invited by another country as a mercenary. Who knows? Anyways, so I got a game at the dojo, and it was kind of fun just kind of go back to the dojo. I felt like I haven't been there in forever. I kind of feel like the owners looked at me like I haven't been there forever. So I go there and I got a game against Ian and I got a game against Dan. Now the thing is, I'm actually going to go ahead and try a different approach, and this is also based on the fact that playing against the guy in France kind of shifted my perspective on how to play a close combat army. He did chariot characters that were just kick-ass characters. So I kind of thought about that, and I wanted to play with that idea. I have monsters. I have good close combat things. I have tough things to deal with up in your face, so I'm going to go ahead and just try that out. Alright, so I don't have a picture straight up of my army. Let's go over to magic first. Magic, I got 2 level 2 goblins. One has a book for a 3rd spell, the other one has just 2. So the one has Gift of the Mother Spider and Evil Eye. The other one has Evil Eye, Curse of the Green Moon, and Fix It Up. Now, as you can see, this is how the board looks right now. I deployed my whole army first because I have a close combat army. I'm going to run up to the other side, so you can kind of see what I'm taking in this game. It changes from game to game. I think I have this army for the game against Ian and Dan, and then I change it up in a further episode. You'll see it. But I have the 2 Gargantula Spiders. I got the A-Rock and the Chicken Rock. I have a block of 6 Trolls. I have I don't think I have Wolf Riders. I might have Wolf Riders. I think I might have Wolf Riders. But I have a unit of 30-something goblins, cave goblins with fanatics. I got a unit of like 36 Orc Ed Basher, feral Orc Ed Bashers, and BSBs with them with the Mithril Mail and a Great Weapon. He also had, I believe in this one I actually have the Impact Hits armor. And then I have my general on a chariot, the Dragon Rammer. My general is actually General Zod. This is the first time you're going to see Zod, because Zod is the chariot herald here. He's on the Dragon Rammer. Azian the Sun Rider is also on the Dragon Rammer. And then also the 2 pigs. Now, I also brought out a giant, and that's something that's like, to me, because I haven't really ever brought out a giant, and it's like, 3 monsters, motherfucker, and trolls. Deal with it. So Dan corners up. He corners up on the like that because he's just like, holy shit, it looks like you have so much coming towards me. And of course, I have King Koopa, right? So what Dan has, I'll show you this picture of this tiny little corner. He has a unit of Grey Watch, or whatever they're called. He has a unit of White Lions, or Lion Guard. He has a unit of Sword Bastards. He has a level 2 in there, a BSB in there. His general's inside the Lion Bastard, or the Lion Guard. He has a Sky Sloop, 2 Bolt Throwers, 2 Elaine Reavers, and 2 Eagles. So it doesn't seem like much. I looked at his list over and over and over and over again, and I'm like, why does it seem like you just don't have enough? Oh, he also has a unit of Sea Guard that's ambushing. But it still felt like he just didn't have what's worth 2,500 points. I just felt like that right off the table. Anyways, I got turn one, Orcs and Goblins, and I just move everybody up. We're just going to go plow over to that side. Oh, man. It's interesting. It's not my normal tactics. My normal tactics, I like to play with the who's going to charge who and why you're going to sit back there and not charge. I'm going to freaking just do magic. Or shoot you, but I don't have that, and I don't have any war machines for him to chase down either, which is kind of cool. That's basically what it came down to. It came down to the fact that I swapped out some war machines. I like the splatterers. They did okay at the ETC, but they didn't do like superior. You know what I mean? So, and the unreliability kind of got me there too. So I was just kind of like, I'd rather play with like a giant and see how that goes. So, Magic phase. I go ahead and I do Evil Eye onto these guys over here. Kill 3 of them. Cause them to panic, and they run away that way. And I think they end up running off the table. Is that what happened? Maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, shooting phase. Shooting phase. I'm going to shoot my web launcher into his... I shot him indirectly into his Grey Watch. Hit him. Pretty much a direct hit. It was like a direct hit minus 2 inches or whatever. So then I end up killing off... Okay, how do I put this? Dan gave me... Dan has Lore of Heavens. So then I use his attribute as my Goblin attribute. I go ahead and I shoot the web launcher into the Grey Watch. I did 3 wounds. And I'm like, I'm going to use my Lore of Heavens attribute. And I killed the 4th one. And he's like, that's some bullshit. This web launcher, look at this. The chicken rock's getting built up. This chicken launcher, haha, get that. It's gonna go ahead and shoot over here. It ends up killing off 2 sword bastards, giving them DTs, and that is it. It's gonna go ahead and start off Dan's turn 1. Highborn Elves, turn 1. Alright, so he moves up. This is interesting. He moves up the Lion Guard around the building, because he's trying to get to my monsters. He knows the giant and the spider are on that side. He's using his chaff to get around me, to annoy me, and that's basically how it looks. Magic phase, he got 4 power dice. He goes ahead and he does a thunderbolt at my dogs and kills 3 dogs, causes them to run, and I can't do much about it. Shooting phase, this guy's gonna go ahead and shoot at the chicken rock. Only does 1 wound. The rest of the shooting basically failed. I believe he shot at the giant for a lot of shots too, but most of it failed. And it's gonna go ahead and start off turn 2 Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2 Orcs and Goblins. So I charge in the trolls into his Lane Reavers. I think he might have fled, or I just failed that charge, but that was it. And the trolls kind of fell like that. My Wolf Riders rallied. Koopa, I believe, where is Koopa? I know he's there. I think he's in front of the chicken rock. I moved the chicken rock. I marched the chicken rock around everybody to get away from the Lion Guard on the left. And I moved the giant up as much as possible to keep him on a line of sight. I'm not going to fuck with the Lion Guard. Lion Guard obviously is made to kill monsters, so I'm not going to give him my monsters. I kind of angle my savages to wheel out a little bit right there. One thing I noticed with this setup specifically is I didn't give the savages the banner of speed. So since I didn't give them the banner of speed, they're kind of falling behind the giant, behind the monsters, which is okay. The trolls are up there. I mean, it's okay, but it's not... you know, it's fine if they're the last wave to go in, but I kind of feel like they need to be a little bit faster just to keep up. Magic phase got 8 power dice. I go ahead and I do another Evil Eye. I get double 6s. He lets it go through, and I end up killing off one of the bolt throwers, actually, with it. Then I go ahead and I take my miscast, big template, and it's going to take out shit, like 10 goblins. Wow. Alright, and it did a wound onto my chicken rock. Alright, and killed some savages. Alright. There's no real shooting because I marched, and it's going to go into turn 2 Highborn Elves. Turn 2 Highborn Elves. He puts his guy in the building here just alone. He's moving his eagles for chaff out, and basically he ends up deciding to... This took a while, too. He couldn't figure out what to do with the Lion Guard because I decided to move away from the other side of the building, so he's going to waste his turn either walking around the building, so he ends up doing a swift freeform, facing them this way and facing the crowd that were funneling in this way. This is how it looks, right? Now, Magic Phase got 6 power dice. He goes ahead and he does... I think it was like Ice Shard Blizzard onto this guy, whatever. Then he goes ahead and he does... What the fuck did he do on Koopa? He did something on Koopa. He only had 2 spells. I don't remember. Anyways, it's like a hex on Koopa. Shooting phase. These guys popped up. The ambushers popped up. They're gonna start shooting at my giant. They end up doing 1 wound. The freaking horsemen over here just do another wound. The other guy inside the building does another wound onto the giant, and that is it. What I do like about the giant right now is it's drawing the attention away from the spiders. It's an easier target to kill, so thus he will probably kill it. But at the same time, if I charge the giant in with 3 wounds on him already, I'm probably just going to die to a fucking sword bastard or a lion. So I'm like, whatever. But it's still drawing attention from the shooting, which is great. Turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. Here it goes. Koopa is charging into those Elaine Reavers. The Wolf Riders are charging into the Elaine Reavers because I figured at least I'll get a flank bonus. If worst case scenario, he'll kill one of my dogs, but I'll still have a charge and a flank, which is 2 combat res. Then Koopa goes in and does whatever else he does. So I go ahead and I charge him. And it kind of causes a clusterfuck. I charge my general into the building to take care of that one guy. And I turn around my Nash Dashers to kind of look at those guys who are behind the giant. Hopefully he didn't notice I did that. Savages move up. The spiders are both ganging up onto the right side. Everybody's kind of moving up, right? Magic Phase got 10 power dice. I go ahead and I do, what the fuck spell is that? I can't tell. Oh, I did the poison spell, and he's like, whatever. I go ahead and I do Evil Eye, kill some sword bastards, screw those guys. Then I go ahead and I do Stay Quiet, but I failed it. And then I go into Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, the web launcher is going to shoot at the sword bastards, kill off 2 more sword bastards, give them DTs. This is really interesting because I was thinking about this for a while. My trolls are up there in a bad spot. My Koopa's up there in a bad spot. But I could throw DTs on people, and even if they charge my guys, they're going to lose a good chunk of guys before they get in, especially hordes like this. So I was like, that's awesome. My generals just destroyed the guy, kind of reformed facing the groups. And Koopa only killed 1. I don't even think it was Koopa. I think I whiffed with Koopa. And then the dog of one of the Wolf Riders killed 1. And it was a charge, a flank, and 1 wound. He did no wounds. And what ends up happening is he rolled the dice and he passes his leadership. So they're going to stick there for a turn. And he's just like, shit, that wasn't supposed to happen. Over here, I think this is starting his turn. Yep, it's his turn. Dan's turn, turn 3. He moves his Elaine Reavers behind my Savages. He figures he's going to start picking off at the Savages. Magic Phase, he got 8 power dice. He goes ahead and he does the same debuff onto Koopa. I think that's what it was. It gave me like a -1 to hit or something like that. He goes ahead and he kills off 1, but you know what? Koopa this time swings. Boom! Takes out all 4 of them. And Koopa's just like, And he already, that actually messed him up. That actually messed up his plan because Koopa stuck there for a turn. And this is how it looks. Let's go ahead. That's all he did. He tried to shoot my giant. He missed a lot of shots on my giant. He didn't really move up because he was just anticipating me just to crush in on him. And it's going to go ahead and start off turn 4 Orcs and Goblins, and here it goes. Here is the nasty. And also, if he charged in, he was going to take a shit ton of DTs. So, I charge. This is just hilarious. I charge Koopa into his sword bastards, and he's like, haha, I'm ready for this because he's planning on challenging. And I'm like, and my general's charging it to those sword bastards too. And he's like, can you? Now, originally I thought it was a flank. Looking at this picture, it looks like a front. Or actually, I thought it was a front originally. I might have made a mistake on this. We don't know because this picture's kind of like, guys, if you can hear it, it's the ambulance. This picture's kind of subjective to like view and line of sight and all that kind of crap, but I might still technically have a front charge here, and that's what I was assuming when I did the charge. I had a front charge. I charged the trolls into his line guard, and I'm like, fuck it. Nobody has to deal with the freaking the sea guard right now. I have 1 Wolf Rider who could chaff him up. So I charge in, and boom! Everybody gets in, and Dan's just like, oh, this is bad. He was like, I was hoping Koopa charged in alone. I could challenge him, and I'll probably win combat because I have ranks, banner, all that crap, right? BSB, all that crap. But he goes, but now that you charged General in, he's like, that just changed the game. Magic Phase, I fix it up onto the Lion Guard, and then I go ahead and Shooting Phase, I release the Fanatics backwards into these freaking Elaine Reavers, take those fuckers out. Oh man, close combat over here, the Lion Guard go, they end up killing off 1 troll and doing 2 wounds onto another. I only saved 2 regen saves, that sucks. I go ahead and I go back, and I end up killing off 6 guys. 6! Oh man, they're gonna stick because I think they're steadfast. Over here, close combat. He challenges. Koopa accepts. Koopa annihilates that guy. Not even annihilates. He killed him with only 2 wounds. Fat ass Koopa. Couldn't even fucking hit the bastard. Then the general goes Zod. Zod killed 4 guys. Impact hits. Then he goes in and starts swinging, and holy fuck, Zod, you beast. He cannot wound Zod. Zod's greatest attribute, or greatest ability here, is Zod has the Bluffer's Helm. And this is the reason why I put him on here. Zod has, on the Dragon Rammer, You got the impact hits. In this game, I end up doing paired weapons with fear. What is that called? The screaming swords. Excuse me. So I do the screaming swords, but I end up changing it in a later game because I want a better strength bonus, not so much the fear. But anyways, I do a shit ton of wounds. He sticks because he's steadfast, but it's gonna go ahead and I obviously chaffed him up with my Wolf Rider. It's gonna go ahead and start off turn 4, Highborn Elves, and he's charging this. After a little bit of deliberation here, he's charging his Sky Sloop into the flank of Zod. Okay, he could barely clip it and get in and fit in there. I'm gonna allow it, whatever, right? And he gets in like this. You see what I mean? Might have been an illegal charge, but I really don't care. Whatever, it's a fun game between me and Dan. Magic Phase got 9 power dice, and he did something. I dispel it with the Dispel Scroll. Shooting Phase, he decides just to shoot this Wolf Rider. Nope, he shoots at the Chicken Rock, and kills, or does 3 wounds onto the Chicken Rock. And then, that's about it. Close combat, he challenges with his Wizard. Koopa accepts. Koopa only does 1 wound. I think I did give Koopa the weapon. I gave him the Obsidian Blade already, but he didn't really do much on this game. Zod goes, and Zod kills off 4 more guys. They are going to go ahead and panic, and I don't think they flee, actually. Yeah, that's about it. It just looks like that. And then close combat over here is his Lion Guard end up killing off 2 more Trolls. Trolls go, end up killing off 6 more Lion Guard. And what ends up happening is it's going to be my turn, and here it goes. He's trying to chaff up my savages. I'm going to charge in the Nasher Dashers into his Eagle. I'm going to charge the Chicken Rock into his Sky Sloop. I'm going to charge the A-Rock into either his remaining Sword Bastards or his Sea Guard. And yeah, he's just like, I give up, dude. Oh, and I think my BSB was charging out of the unit too, just to hit the freaking Sky Sloop. He's like, I give up, man. He's like, you're about to slaughter me. He's like, you just had way too much coming up. You don't see my giant. You know what I ended up doing with my giant? My giant ended up walking backwards and just like, fuck it. You guys keep doing what you're gonna do. Oh, it's a massacre. It's only a 20-minute video, guys. Holy shit. I actually enjoyed this very much because everything was just kind of like pushed forward and there was just too much to handle. I thought it was really interesting. I went with Savages instead of regular Orcs because I figured the Savages, people would try to chaff them less if there's more shit to worry about, which gives me some opportunities. Plus, I could just Evil Eye or Fanatic some chaff out of the way with my Goblins that are right there. I wasn't 100% comfortable with this list. I do like the Giant, but I did like the fact that the Giant is a distraction. But what I end up feeling like, and you'll see it in the game against Ian, is the Giant really doesn't have a purpose, because once he gets in, it just basically dies. I end up switching back to the Boar Boys with Mechanox Totem, just because I want to be able to charge something in and then turn off their magic items. That is... Because the way I think of it is, like, what are my biggest weaknesses? And, like, looking back at some of the ETC games, I mentioned it in the Infernal Dwarf game, in the second Infernal Dwarf game I did, which is Death Stars. Some Death Stars are going to be impossible to deal with. My Spiders won't do it alone. Koopa and Zod won't be able to do it alone, stuff like that. So if I have the totem in there just to turn off all their magic items, it creates a different game. It's a game changer. I do like the Trolls as a defensive unit. They were dying to the Lion Guard, but at the same time, they destroyed so many bodies that it didn't matter if the Trolls died. And I didn't give them 8 Trolls. 8 Trolls is like 376, I think, points, whereas 2 Trolls is only like 288. So that big point change is a good... this is something I need to do with the Trolls more often, is I have to put the Trolls in the front line, and I have to have the Trolls play as a shield first to run in, reduce damage, and then let the other guys catch up and then go in and just destroy what's left. especially since I'm not playing with rocks and guns and crossbows and shit like that without long shot and doom divers. I think that the trolls really need to take a different approach on weakening the force that I'm about to charge in. Also running in as a front line to take shots and damage, especially since I don't have the giant now. I love the web launchers. Web launchers doing great, and this is the first game that Zod was just a beast. I mean, seriously, a beast. Yeah. So looking forward to the next games after this. I have a game against Ian, and then I have a couple against my brother, and then another one against Dan as a rematch, and then also one against Red. And then I also have a tournament coming up this weekend, so hopefully I can post out a couple of those videos. If I don't get them all, you're not missing much if I don't post the ones that I don't post. But I'll post what I can, because I would rather get the tournament up to you guys next. But I do end up switching out the Nasher Dashers for Wolf Riders, even though I really do like the Nasher Dashers with the ability to fly, but it was kind of like a core point cost thing. But yeah, you'll see some differences. Besides that, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos, and I will be putting more up as soon as I can make them. If you guys haven't hit like and subscribe, hit like and subscribe. And I'm also starting a Patreon, so hopefully I could start earning some revenue through that way and use that money to help me get to Spain next year. Start early, right guys? Alright guys, I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.